Well, we just opened up B period. We're going to take the 57, 50, 57, 75s here. I'm going to go long 57, 75. This is approaching the FGHJ period lows of yesterday. Those lows were actually a little lower. They were down in the 55s. But we see some cross trade here. There's a lot of big volume, but being that it's not big volume, but there's significant cross trade. Since the market's well contained, you'll have that. You won't have you won't have just got up. You won't have we'll just cancel that thought completely. But anyway, we're long 57.75. I was going to get my wits about me. I'll continue. Okay, what I was trying to say earlier is that on a day that has a wide range, it has good trade facilitation, you won't see typically these high volume areas as often. You'll see an increase of the volume at the turning points. Sometimes when you have a really tight range, a nice small balanced market, you'll have these volume clusters, these high volume cross trades all over, and it's a little more difficult to discern which one is a turning point. But since we opened the A period below yesterday's close, and of course the A and the B period rallied and extended the range about 10 points. The C period made a couple tick high than the B period, so we had the rotation back from the C period in the 60s down toward where we are now in the mid 50s. So we're looking for a 59 fill. We almost got there for our first point. When we get our first point, we'll put our break-even stop in, and we'll look to take a couple of other points. If we get below the A period low at below 53, then we'll again look to go long down there. All right, we clicked 59. We need 59 and a quarter to get filled. All right, there's the 59 and a quarter, so we're filled. We have a break-even stop now, 57.75. Our target is up a bit. We'll put our target at yesterday's close, which is the middle of that high volume cluster at the top. It's 62. You'll notice that's not quite 5 points. It's a little more than 4 points, but that's where our target is based on that reasoning. Okay, it looks like we're going to get hit on the 75 stop. That would give us a point and a quarter on this trade. All right, there it is. So we're out for break even. Now we'll take a look to see if we can get right back in, if in fact it warrants. See, that's a challenge. I hate to give my first point and a quarter away, but sometimes when you get stopped out, that's exactly where the market stops. All right, we're going to take the 58s if we can get them. We need a 57.75 tick to get them. 58 and a quarter we're going to take. We're going to take the 58 and a quarters because of this factor. See a lot of volume here. This is nothing compared to this, so we're long 2 at 58 and a quarter. Okay, so now our first target exit is 59.50 for one contract, and the other one is still in yesterday's close is 62. We need a 59.50 exit for our first contract, so we get 59.75 tick. We'll get our first point and a quarter, and then put our break-even stop in. Yeah, we haven't quite got to our 59.50 fill yet, and we see the market retesting this area of the high volume. We're not expecting any real major gyrations in the market. We'll better the position if we could get down to the FGHJ period lows of yesterday, which is the 55.75 area. That also is the area yesterday that the market could break through and rallied up to the LMN period highs. So we're just going to stand tight, and we're going to be out of the market though when Bernanke makes his announcement. And we'll look to see if there's any opportunities. I'm sure there'll be opportunities. Whether we take any is another question. We might change our typical way we trade and go in with a one contract and try to ride maybe a 20 point swing. We'll just have to see. That's what we're thinking about, though. This is probably one of those trades that I shouldn't be in. I call them when they get stuck in the mud. But I knew that the range was small today, and the trade facilitation factor wasn't great. So I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to sit here, and if we can better the position, we will. If not, we'll take our targets.
He's not answering me back there, Steve. You want his voicemail?
I'll give him a call later.
Oh, okay.
All right, thanks, friend. See ya.
Thanks, bye.
Well, we got filled on our 59 and 50s. Now we have our break-even stop in at 58.25.
Peak event.
Okay, there's our stop. We got stopped out for break-even. So we might look for another opportunity. Looks like E-period wants to push a little lower. I was going to get out up here for a point at 59 and a quarter, but because of the cross trade there, like we did the other day, but we didn't. So we're going to pause it and see if we can get back in here. Alright, we're testing this area of the FGHIJ period. We see 1338. We see a little cross trade here. Let's see what it looks like. See if we get a position here. Not yet. Not yet. Alright, we're going to take the 56.75s. Long 256.75. Typically, I'd like to wait a little longer and let it come back down, but considering that we're not having a lot of volatility today, it might take a little longer to come back down. But anyway, either way, we're long 2. It's 56.75. Remember, the FGHJ period low yesterday was 55.75, so we didn't quite get down to the 55s. We did get into the 56s. See, and what I was talking about earlier, see the 700, 900, 600, 300, 500, 300, 300, 100, 800. All of those move the market down a bit, and then boom, 11, 10, 19, 15. See the increase there on the cross trade? And, you know, even though typically when you have a legitimate cross trade, you see him hit the ask on the pullback column a little more than what we have here. You see the pullback column positive. Now here we see it happening, and then typically what happens is, you know, if we're long early, we'll get our point and a quarter. Sometimes the market will run and we'll get our full 5 points, and then it comes back down, retest this just by a tick or two, and that's when we get stopped out for break even. Now that's all right, that's not terrible, but I need to get back in if in fact, you know, I want to take the next step in securing additional profits, along with many other steps we'll discuss at the end of this month in our monthly review of Snippets. But anyway, for now we're long at 56.75. We'll take our first point at 58 and put our stop in. Alright, there's our fill on the first contract at 58. Now our break-even stops at 56.75, target 62. 62 is the target we had for the other trade, so why not keep 62 on this one. F period just opened up, and our stop still is at 56.75. There's a lot of cross trade even up here in the 58s. I mean, that would be no reason if you just wanted to do a scalp trade, get out of there at 58 and a quarters. There's probably a good argument for that. You know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TPO lines back to back between the 57s and the 60s. Might be an area that's challenging to get up to, although we got up to the 59s here and saw the cross trade. If it got up to 59.75, I would take our profit. 62 might be too aggressive considering nobody's gonna push the market down. If we get back up there, we'll consider taking, we'll probably take the 2 points. 56.75, 57.75, 58.75 would be 2 points. Or we can just break even here in a minute. We'll hang on here. Okay, a few people hit the ask here, so we're in the 59s. Just opened up the F period. We're going to take something in the 59s. If we can get to the mid 59s, if if we take 59.50, 59.75, I'll take the 50s. We're gonna take the 50s. So we got 58.50 on the fill. I said I was gonna stay to the 75s and the 59s, but I didn't. There you have it.